Hello again, everybody. This is going to be game let's go ahead and start it, actually. This is going to be game 3 from the IEM tournament over in New York. This is HuK versus Drewbie. HuK is the red Protoss in the top right. Drewbie is the blue Terran in the bottom left. Two-player map, only these two positions. Scouting will happen, but it doesn't about finding where they are. It's about finding out what they're doing. I am Furious Jodo, doing some commentaries here. I do some work for HuK when they stream sometimes, so that's part of the reason I don't do as many YouTube videos. I actually like streaming in general a lot, but I do like doing these replays. I think it's a lot of fun checking them out and talking about it. So we did see Drewbie take game 1, HuK take game 2. Curious to see what happens in this game. And HuK is pretty normal with that 9 pylon scout. A little earlier than a lot of players. A lot of players you'll see they'll get it out with the one that builds their gateway, because then the timing's such that you can kind of check out what's going on. But HuK really likes that early scout. He wants to make sure that he's not getting cheesed at all. So that's a pretty good thing to do. He'll know what's going on. He gets there right about when a barracks should be going up. So he knows, is that barracks in the base? Is it being proxied? He knows exactly what's going on. And it's a point in the game where that is relatively safe. What you'll also see him do, gateway going down at his main, by the way. What you will also see him do is poke around at these SCVs. And in the past games, he's managed to get 3 or 4 hurt. We will see what he can manage on this one. Looks like there's actually 2 SCVs that little damage. This one's pretty low. And back in his base, his assimilator has gone down. The refinery going down for Drewbie. I think we are going to see this Marine Marauder medevac composition. Very strong against pretty much anything, but very strong against the Protoss army. Especially when you back it up with some Vikings later on to help handle Colossus. It is very hard to hold it off unless you just have more stuff. Gateway finishing now. I think we may see quick. Oh, maybe we won't. Oh, yeah, there it is. Zealot going down. Scouting SCV here from Drewbie. Gonna check things out. Gonna see what's going on. He doesn't see... Yeah, he does see the Cyber Core now. Sees that both gas are going, so he knows that HuK's going for that kind of normal gas-intensive play. Probably going to see a robo get dropped not too long from now. He does have enough gas for it. Let's see what he pulls out. And scouting around, just making sure there's nothing crazy going on. 2 Marines from Drewbie going to check things out. Stalker on the way now for HuK. We have a tech lab and a reactor, right? Yep, so he's going to get Marines and Marauders. Going to get stim. He's probably going to start out with concussive shells and then move on to stim. And we will see him get that starport and the like up so that he can get medevac. Warp gate technology is on the way now for HuK. Pretty normal. Pretty standard. Pretty trying to think of another word that's like normal and standard, but I don't say over and over, but you know, I do. Don't need a lot of forces at this point. He knows Drewbie's not pushing in just yet. He knows he doesn't have to worry. He's only got a Zealot and 2 Stalkers. This will protect him from anything that may surprise him. Other than that, he's going to keep up a good job on scouting, know what's going on. And looks like actually a pretty fast expansion here from Drewbie. That's a little risky, I think. If HuK scouts that, he may be able to push the advantage, because if he has that expansion up, he does not have money to build units. I mean, he's got this 2 Marauder, 2 Marine force, which may do okay. But I think in this little match here, if these forces meet, 3 Stalkers versus a Zealot, I think HuK's going to come out on top right now. More Marines coming out here. Looks like he's just trying to bolster this force, so I think we will see a bit of a push from Drewbie. And I don't think he saw those. Where's my robotics bay? Yep, there it is. Once he gets this out, you'll probably see an observer is the first thing. Or he can just not do it at all and he doesn't have the gas for it, so... And moving around the edge here. Just trying to see if there's any like stargates hidden or anything like that, probably. Don't want to get surprised by void rays. That warp gate is done. He does have robotic space, so he is going for that Colossus play yet again. Pretty similar games. These three games, we've gone on Steps of War, Metalopolis, and now Xel'Naga Caverns. And both players are sticking to a pretty same-ish build. I am surprised to see that this has not been harassed yet. Does he know about it? No, he does not know about that fast expansion yet. If Drewbie can get this up and secured, which it pretty much is already, he's going to have a bit of a macro advantage here, and I would like to see what HuK can do to pull out of this. And again, I do know most of the results of these series, but I haven't watched the individual games yet. So that is why I am kind of surprised by everything too, which is really the only way that I like casting. I don't like casting a game that I've seen and know what happens. So I hate casting my own games, for instance, because it's hard to care. You know, you already know what's going to go on. Why are you talking about it? Like, why am I watching this? If I already knew, like, exactly what happened, why would I want to watch it? There's a proxy pylon there, and Drewbie's SCV scout does see it. Looks like Drewbie just going to send a force down. And HuK has a force of his own. Gonna move out here. And one thing is, this is going to show HuK kind of what Drewbie has. He knows he's going for that bio ball. He didn't use all of it. He still has a good chunk. And I don't know that HuK's going to be able to overwhelm too much with this, but may be able to take out this expansion and do a lot of damage. Will kind of depend on his force field or guardian shield usage. Zealot's being kited, not able to do any damage. Bunker's going down, one will finish, and it looks like he's just going to poke at this expansion, pulling the SCVs. I actually would have liked to see the Colossus stop right here while he still had vision and take some shots at those SCVs. The range upgrade still hasn't happened though, so that wouldn't have been quite as miraculous. Gonna poke in down here, maybe take out this supply depot. Will that block him? That will actually supply block Drewbie. And HuK getting his own expansion while all of this is happening. Smart play there. There are Vikings though, and it looks like Drewbie has decided to just go back up north. He's gonna maybe even try to beat HuK back to his base. Or just float here in the middle of the map. Maybe even kind of cut it off. HuK's forces are kind of spread out. This is not good for them at all. This is actually really bad. He's going to lose 2, 3 stalkers. Going to lose... Wow. If he had kept his ball together, that engagement maybe would have even not happened, but instead he lost all of his stalkers, all but one. Nice force fields here, containing this force, allowing the Zealots to get to those Marauders. Really, really good job of slicing up that army. I don't like that he lost his stalkers up here, but you know what? He managed to do pretty well without them. So his expansion is going up. We do see Drewbie's expansion doing pretty well. And when are we going to see that range upgrade? Gotta get that range. Colossus are really neat and all, but that range is a big part of why they're so neat. Also, Cliffwalk reminds me of a record player, the little icon down here. Pretty same-ish from here, Drewbie. He is getting a starport now, or another starport rather. I wonder if we'll see any kind of tech out of it, or if he's just going to use it to build more drug. And actually, we have a pretty big engagement going down over here. Was adjusting in my chair, didn't see it coming. Oh, nice force fields kind of holding things off. Drewbie actually working to contain HuK's forces here. He is going to move in, going after the Stalkers. The Zealots are doing some damage, but they are going to start to get kited a bit. These Colossus are actually surviving a lot longer than I thought they would. Lots of sentries doing damage. And he is going to kill most of Drewbie's army here, but he's also going to lose his entire army. Just kind of sacrificing these forces at the moment. There is another Colossus popping out. Sentries doing what they can. Can't do damage that quickly though, and they do get wiped out. So both players kind of wiping their armies there. I think Drewbie would be on top if only in cost. And I like this. Drewbie loading up a medevac immediately with Marauders. Gonna go and do a drop in the main. He knows HuK doesn't have a lot of forces. He isn't gonna have a lot to respond to these Marauders, so they are gonna be able to get some damage in regardless of where they land in the base. HuK kind of massing at his front. I would actually, knowing Drewbie, kind of expect this drop coming, and there is a Colossus. Colossus is going to pop out right when the Marauders show up. Going after that damage. Range upgrade still in the works. He took out a pylon, not really a super effective, but he's still got this dropship here, and it looks like he's going to head further up, maybe try to do a bit more damage. Yep, and he is trying to chrono boost that range upgrade. Ooh! Drewbie going after the tech. Looks like he's going to try and take this building down. Will HuK be able to respond in time? Oh, and the research finished. That's actually a pretty long research, so could be really bad to lose that building. You'd have to rebuild the building and get the research going again. This medevac is so low on health. But Colossus armies are scary. HuK has a big one here. Looks like he's going to move out again. We do just have a really strong bio ball, though a lot of Vikings out. Usually, in the previous games, we only saw 3, maybe 4 Vikings. We're up to 5 now for Drewbie, so he's not liking those Colossus. He wants to put a stop to them. And, ooh. Alright, so, forces of Drewbie caught a little bit off guard, loses some Marauders and some Marines. HuK moving in here. Those Vikings are going after the Colossus, but there are Stalkers there to help hold them back. Marauders, Marines moving in with medevac support. Nice force fields here by HuK, holding off those Marauders, allowing the Stalkers to go after the Vikings rather than have to fight the land war. And they are going to lose a Colossus again. Looks like he's down to 1 from the 3 that he started with. He's doing some damage. Those medevacs are healing. The Colossus is still doing damage. Oh, and it looks like he is actually going to lose this fight. I'd like to see a Colossus shot down on those SCVs. Oh, and they're still doing quite a bit of damage, actually. Surprised that these Stalkers are still alive. Thought that they were going to die. Nice job microing this Colossus. It's going to get away, going to be able to go home. It's very low health. Ooh, and there's a Colossus, brand new one, but it's all kind of by itself here. You do not want Colossus to be out by themselves on the map. They are not going to do well against anything air. Just moving, this is going to be part 1. This video is long enough that I have to make a part 2. So the rest is continued in part 2.